Delicious pizza. The crispy crust, the tangy sauce, the tasty toppings. But perhaps most importantly, that stretchy mozzarella cheese. But mozzarella needs to not only stretch a certain amount, it also needs to melt and bubble in just the right way when baked for that perfect pizza experience. On some pizzas it should turn brown, and on others it should stay white. As in the production of all the world's cheeses, each with its own unique characteristics, making marvelous mozzarella requires specific ingredients, the right equipment, and a lot of know-how. Here's how to make mozzarella pizza cheese. First, the milk is quality tested and heated to kill harmful bacteria. Now follows the adjustment of the fat content. To achieve this, the cream is removed with a centrifugal separator, and later mixed back in again in a certain quantity. Controlling the amount of fat affects how the mozzarella performs on the pizza. The milk is then mixed with starter culture, which contains bacteria in a vat or tank. This gives the cheese its special aroma, flavor, and some of its characteristics, like how it melts. After this, rennet, a set of enzymes, is added to thicken the milk. Once it has the right firmness, this coagulated mass is cut repeatedly with knives to break it up into solid curd grains, known as curd, and liquid whey. The mixture is then heated to 45 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. The starter culture produces more acid at these warmer temperatures, and the curd begins to firm up. Next, the whey is drained away from the curd. In large cheese factories, this is done using a moving draining belt. When the curd reaches the end of the belt, it will also have achieved the right acidity, typically between pH 5.10 and 5.35. If the pH isn't right, the mass won't stretch in the next step, which is the most important part of mozzarella making: heating and stretching. A cooker raises the temperature of the curd from approximately 40 degrees Celsius to approximately 60 degrees Celsius, so that it becomes a pliable mass known as pasta filata, which means spun paste. During this process, the mass is stretched by the machine to create a stringy structure that better traps fat and water. Once we have the desired fibers, it's time to turn the pasta filata into a block of cheese. A moulding machine cools it until it's firm enough to form a block. Once formed, the block is placed in salt water. This brining cools the cheese and gives it the right salt content. After brining, it's just a case of waiting a few days for the cheese to mature before it's shredded or cut. This allows the moisture to migrate evenly throughout the cheese, which creates a firm block for a better shredding cheese. And that's how you make mozzarella pizza cheese that does everything that mozzarella cheese should. Buon appetito!